Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go. Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, Backshot Boxing. Now, man, Dillian Whyte, a free agent, man, and he's basically looking for the biggest option for him to get paid the most. Now, the rumblings have been saying Al Heyman, because he has the biggest roster in the heavyweight division. He has the most relevant fighters like, Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz, Gerald Miller. I can keep going on and on about these heavyweights. Izu Ignoa. And, Dillian Whyte has a huge career potential at heavyweight, not just for one big fight, but for fights outside of big fights that are really good stay busy fights that are really competitive. People want that in boxing. Sometimes people want that one big payday, but to get that one big payday, you got to fight a lot of tough fighters in between, and you don't want to be fighting journeymen and bums. We want to stay relevant. You don't want to be relevant one time a year. You want to be relevant all year round. And for Dillian Whyte, it's, Al Heyman's just the bigger roster. You have more fights for him. Now he could fight ESPN on Top Rank. They have ESPN's the biggest sports network in America. The ratings will be a huge success for Dillian Whyte if he did that. But the problem with that is Dillian Whyte has built a huge fan base in the UK, and to leave that market completely would not be ideal. ESPN's solely based in America, at least that I know of. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure ESPN is solely based in America, at least the way it's promoted by Top Rank. And the thing with Al Heyman is he has a promotion company in more than one country. He's actually branched out into the UK, so where they have a market over there as well. So the thing is, Al Heyman could definitely get Dillian Whyte to be fighting on, still be relevant in the UK and fight in the UK and get, all the audience from the UK for himself though. And basically at this point in Dillian Whyte's career, he's at the point where he's basically standing on his own, and he basically can headline and be the, like a counter Anthony Joshua on his own side. He could be his own man, and that'd be really good for Dillian Whyte, man. People really think you need to be undefeated to be relevant in boxing. But with all knockouts, that's just not the case. Dillian Whyte has picked himself up from the dust and fought the best and put himself in a position to really, call the shots and be the A side, because he's fighting just by everyone. His resume is, comparable to a lot of heavyweight champions at this point of his career. So that being said, man, Dillian Whyte, a free agent, he could go one or two moves, ESPN or, with Top Rank or without Heyman. Eddie Hearn just not working out for him. He's already talking about going other places. And like I said, it just makes sense for Dillian Whyte. He's like 99.9999% chance going to Al Heyman, just because, like I said, Top Rank does not have a UK audience at all. They're not promoting UK. They're promoting, this is American audience based. And the problem with that is Dillian Whyte has built too big of an audience in the UK for him just to leave that market. Al Heyman can utilize both the UK market and the UK market and the American market easily. Now, the best thing Dillian Whyte could do is fight in between countries like Amir Khan did. That's why Amir Khan's still relevant today, is because early in his career, he decided to go to America and fight the best. It doesn't matter if you come up short. It just matters if you stay fighting the best. And you'll always be relevant in the sport of boxing. Amir Khan's the perfect example of that. I remember Amir Khan went to fight Paulie Malignaggi. He went over there and completely, dismantled Paulie Malignaggi in his home state, of New York. And that was a really big deal. And that's what really put, Amir Khan on the map. Whatever he did in the UK was cool. But when he came over to America, that's when his career really took off. And, it doesn't, if we don't know who Anthony Joshua is going to fight yet, but let's just hypothetically say Dillian Whyte went over here in America and he signed to Al Heyman and he debuted by fighting Gerald Miller. Dillian Whyte being Gerald Miller in New York could be really, 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 really big deal. It'd actually be career defining. At that point, there's only like one other fighter that can give, Dillian Whyte a challenge, which would be like Luis Ortiz, in my opinion. That's about it, man. Dillian Whyte, he has a big enough personality to be bigger than just the UK. At this point in his career, he could be a superstar. He just needs the right dance partner to do that, and he needs to understand that in boxing, you get big by who you fight, and you can, fighting champions is cool, but there's some fighters in America that have those credentials, and they're from the right place that can really, catapult Dillian Whyte's career. So, man, let me know how you guys feel about it, though, man. Dillian Whyte, free agent. I think he's going to sign out HAYMON, man. That's just the best move for him. If he signs to ESPN, he doesn't know what he's doing. Quick money is good money, but, it's just not a good. HAYMON will get you the rights to your own fight as well, too. That's one big thing that HAYMON does. So if you fight a big name and it becomes a classic fight, you're always going to own the rights to that fight. Al HAYMON is just, he handles all the contractual obligations, so you don't got to worry about anything. And, he'll get you paid for sure. I remember when Danny Garcia fought Robert Guerrero. Robert Guerrero, guy coming off a lot of losses, got paid a couple, like at 1.2 million on the front end. And I heard he got a couple million on the back end in that fight. You know what I mean? So he got paid a lot of money. I think it was like 2 or 3 million in the end, for a guy with losses. You know what I mean? So Dillian Whyte definitely can get paid a lot of money. Al HAYMON definitely has some deep pockets. He's not going to launch a network. He's not going to go to UK not signing big UK superstars. It wouldn't make any sense. But let me know how you guys feel about it, though, man. Dillian Whyte, free agent. Like, comment, subscribe. This is The Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Peace.